Right, hello. I'm basically going to call this David Cameron and his crazy ways, because since he's come into power, he has sort of thought about these ideas that have come into his head, about certain things, and one of them is jobs. Now, I don't have a job, sadly, but I do apply for jobs quite a lot, and I had a letter the other day to say I didn't get a job that I applied for in a new shoe shop opening. But basically, David Cameron has this crazy way of saying, we've got ideas to get people off the social and to get them into work, and that's basically by saying we can get you a job in another town away from where you live with hopefully accommodation if there is a job going there. And I think that's crazy, because he doesn't realise that not everybody would always want to leave their hometown to go to another town to get a job, because it would mean like they'd have to move there. It's like saying you're moving, you see what I mean? It's like saying it can happen in a number of ways. I mean, I still live at home because I can't afford to leave house, but it's like that sort of thing where they're saying, right, we found you a job in another town, but sadly you can't live in the town you're at. Why? Because your job will involve you being there a fair while, 5 days a week. You're working, say, if he says he's got you a job that's going to be working, say, 10 o'clock in the morning, and you're working till, say, 6 o'clock at night, as an example, that could be in another town. Or people have found you that job, you will go there, you will have your accommodation, but you'd probably do it, I don't know, whether it was, say, a 5-day week job. However, he'd probably tell me, say, you can't live at your home that you live in now. Why? Because you would do too much communicating to get from one to A to B. And I think it's crazy like that, because he doesn't realise that we all have friends and family that live in certain places, and it's that idea that really, if you're going to get somebody back into work, it should always be about saying the job will come at the place where you are actually now. And that's what they should do. They shouldn't really be telling people that you've got to go to another place to get a job. Some people do live in rural areas, and they get to work by that point. Some people do actually have jobs that involve them to go out of their hometown into a job, but sometimes they do that because that's the job they want to do. If you're driving a lorry, they will say, well, look, we're used to it, we can do that. But there are people like us who just want to have a normal, typical job, whether it's working in an office or a shop or a factory or something, doing some kind of work for many hours a week. My estimate is something like 20-25 up to 30 hours a week work, get paid a good little bit of money. But I would never want to say that I've been offered a job in another town that could be, I don't know, an hour's way, having to travel there, have my accommodation, live there, and turn around and say, I don't know anybody here. It's not like I'm volunteering to do that, Going to and I might not be volunteering to say that I want to meet new people in that place, because I'm thinking, why would I? I'm quite happy where I live. I've got friends here. I've got family here. It enables me to do that when I want to do certain things, because times like spare of the moment, last on Saturday, it was a spare of the moment thing for me, just going out. I basically never planned it. I just text a friend, I said about going around, and before you know it, was round our house within a couple of hours. We had planned it quite quickly. It was a spare of the moment thing, and I enjoyed myself. I don't think that David Cameron does have these crazy ways of getting people back into work. I think it's stupid, and therefore there should be other ways and ideas to enable that fact that it should be jobs locally, because that's what's going to happen. He's going to give you jobs in another place, but where does the fact that people who ain't got a job in that place don't get it? What happens to something like, if you're living in, say, Peterborough, where I am, and they say, oh, we've got a job lined up ready for you in Doncaster if you'd like to go for it, and then people in Doncaster who ain't got a job don't get it, because it'd be easier for them to go to get that job in Doncaster rather than somebody like me coming from Peterborough to Doncaster to get that job. Why not just say, look, we can get you jobs locally? That's what it should be about, and not having to say, oh, we're going to get you in another town and you have to move there to get that job. Crazy ways, and I think David Cameron doesn't really know the whole idea of how it does it. I think that's something he wants to do. But you see, he's trying various ways of getting people back into work. So, anyway, see what he does in the future, who knows, and hopefully I will get a job one day soon. as I do really want one. I'm not those who happily sit at home wanting not to get a job. I do want a job seriously, and I've always said to people that I'm willing to work if I can get a job locally. So anyway, bye for now.